Is water wet?
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no.
Water is wet.
No, it's not. Water is not wet. To say something's wet is to say that it in and of
honestly,
itself
water is wet.
No, it's not. To say something is wet, that's like
Water
to say,
is wet because
No,
it has H2O molecules, therefore making
has
something
you.
wet.
Yeah, I used to serve on the curb. Glizzy on me when I serve. 30 some shots, case the op nigga swerve. Yeah, my little bitch working.
So we are here with
I'm Cameron Tomboli.
Jacob.
I'm Wyatt McMahon.
Lucas and Carson.
Cameron.
Elizabeth.
your name.
Sydney. Potter.
Okay, Sydney. The question is water wet?
Yes, I think water is wet.
Why is that?
It's just wet. I don't have an explanation.
It's just wet. So does a fish think water is wet?
I guess not. It probably wouldn't have to label it since that's like its entire environment. It's never been dry, so why would it need to like have distinguishing words for wet?
All right. So the question is water wet?
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no.
Water is wet.
No, it's not. Water is not wet. To say something's wet is to say that it in and of
honestly,
itself
water is wet.
No, it's not. To say something is wet, that's like
Water
to say,
is wet because
No,
it has H2O molecules, therefore making
has
something
you.
wet. Yes.
Aqua. Water is wet.
You
water's
can't
not
make
wet.
something wet without water, though.
It's not wet. Yeah, exactly. But
water
you can't make
itself is
water
not
more
wet.
wet by throwing more water on it. So it can't get wet.
It's already wet though, but to begin with.
No,
so-
because
Yeah,
but
no,
no,
but
because if you take one piece of water, right,
Water's wet.
and you put it on a towel, that towel becomes wet.
Because
And
when
if
water
you take that
touches
water,
you, become wet.
All right. Let me ask y'all this.
Okay.
Do a fish think water is wet?
You just like hit.
Probably not.
No, because yes, because they know what it's like to be out of water and know when they're not around water.
What about you?
What's the question again?
Just know that water's wet.
Yeah. Does a fish know that water is wet?
I mean, I don't think they know because unless they go up to shore and then they're like, oh, I'm in air. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
unless they get swooped by a pigeon or something or an eagle, I don't know. I really don't know. That's a hard question.
I'm gonna say water is not
Water's
wet,
wet.
and fish don't know that it's wet.
Water's wet.
So the question is water wet?
Duh.
Yes, it's wet.
It's wetter than wet.
It's what?
Wetter than wet.
What you mean by that?
Super wet. Splash, splash, drip. Wet.
No, it's not.
Water is not wet.
Why isn't it wet?
Okay, first of all, let's say you have like the concept of wet means that like something that's like
Has to
like
be dry first.
Yeah, it has to be dry, and then you put water on it or something that's like liquid, and that makes it wet. Like water can't be wet because it's already a liquid.
Okay. So does a fish think water is wet?
No, because that's its environment. Do you think the air is dry?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I mean, sometimes, but sometimes it can be moist.
Yeah, right.
So maybe that's what a fish thinks. Maybe it just depends on.
I just think
maybe it
the
depends on
water's
the ocean.
moist.
Well, maybe it's like, oh, the water's kind of dry today. Like maybe it's just like, I don't know.
Okay, why do you think water is wet though?
Because it's wet. Because it's in the ocean. I don't know. It's just common sense.
So does a fish think water is wet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just yeah?
Yeah. Just yeah.
Okay, well.
There you go.
So we are here with?
Sam. Eli.
All right, so the question is water wet?
Well, the definition of water is wet is being surrounded by water.
So unless isolated by a single molecule, water is wet.
So does a fish think water is wet?
Yes. It's surrounded by water.
Fish don't have cognitive thinking
That is
abilities.
true. Yes.
What does that mean?
They can't think freely, so they don't have the same cognitive processes as humans.
When was this? What year was this?
Okay, okay. You got me. What's your major?
Computer science and French.
Oh, okay, okay. My boy. So the question is water wet?
Now that is a good question. Personally, this is my personal opinion. I do not think that water's wet.
Why is that?
So, a lot of the arguments I hear about if water's wet, right, is that, well, what is wet? Wet is when water's on something, and they would suggest like water molecules on water molecules makes water wet. But in reality, all you have is just more water, you know? Water wettens other things, but in of itself, it is not wet. Fire isn't burning, it's just fire. It is what it is, you know? So, I don't think water's wet.
All right, what about you?
That's interesting because I would define wet as being in contact with other water. So an isolated H2O molecule is not wet.
Right.
But any water that's in contact with other water molecules is wet, I guess. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, let me ask you this. Does a fish think water is wet?
So from the perspective of something that's fully encased in water, it's you don't. Are you suggesting that you don't think it's wet?
I'm saying, do a fish think water is wet?
Well, I don't think a fish is that intelligent. I don't know. I mean, if I were fully underwater, I would think I was wet.
Yeah. You?
Maybe so. They can't come in the air, so I guess they know that they're wet. I don't know.
Okay. Good answer. Well, that's all I got. All right, so we are here with
Alyssa,
Jaya, Naraya.
All right, so the question is water wet?
Water is not wet.
Water is wet.
On a molecular level, water is wet because oxygen on hydrogen sticks together and it makes the water wet.
But it's a single molecule wet?
Yes, because the hydrogen sticks to the oxygen. That's why
Go to him.
Water is not wet. This is not
I
wet.
want to hear your argument.
Okay, what about this? Does a fish think water is wet?
I don't know what a fish thinks.
Fish have shorter term memory loss than we do.
So does a fish think water is wet?
What does it have to do
I don't
with
know what a
anything?
fish thinks. Same thing as I don't know what a dog thinks or a giraffe thinks.
Oh no.
I don't think it is.
So what?
I don't think it is.
No?
It's not wet.
Well, water makes things wet.
Thank you. That's the right answer. Things that are submerged in the water become wet.
Why isn't water wet though?
Because water is what makes things wet. Water can't be wet.
But water's already wet.
No.
You said what's your answer?
Water's not wet.
It's not?
No.
Why not?
Because water makes things wet, so you can't be wet and make other things. Well, no, water's not wet, and I'm sticking by it. Jessica.
All right, I got. Wait, I got one more. Wait.
Do it.
So, do a fish think water is wet? I said, do a fish think water is wet?
No, we don't know.
Why not?
We don't know.
it would be like us that, yeah.
I mean,
It would be like,
air is dry though,
yeah, shit.
Shit. Don't we think the air is dry?
Yeah.
So shit, I don't know.
But the air can be moist sometimes.
What?
I said the air can be moist sometimes.
Well, maybe that water be dry. Shit, I don't know. They'd be like, damn, the water dry right here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shit, I don't know.
All right, okay. Wait, that's all I got.
Okay.
All right, thank y'all.
They wanna see me dead, but I'ma keep on chasing bread. Money longer than the beach, I might just put some on your head. Niggas wanna kill me cause they bitches in my bed.